Well, here's Pops and John and Captain Mike getting ready to launch again in North Arkansas. Me and Pops and Captain Mike want to show you what kind of magnet we're using. Look at here. Pops is holding it. 6-side cubed magnet. All in all, 6,000 pounds of pulling force. And what that tells you, if Pops hooks something with that, then and he pulls it in, then he's super Pops. Because that magnet will hold more than we can pull in. And a lot of times we have to change the angle of the boat in order to slide the magnet off and get it unhung. That's just a part of the program, isn't it, Pop?
Part of it.
Well, guys, we appreciate you watching our videos. Tell us where you're watching from. That's important to us. We like to know where you're watching from. We like to know what you like about history, and if you can identify any of the items that Pops pulls up or Captain Mike pulls up, let us know, because we don't know what a lot of these items are, and we have to research it, and we don't have time, and we don't have the knowledge. And a lot of times the Google and AI, they'll lie to us. So we need your opinion about a lot of this. All right, Pops, you ready to go?
I'm ready. I got here ready.
All right. All right, Pops has got his jacket on, and he's got a wind up with a magnet. You ready?
Yep.
We're in. Boy, I tell you what, today is a beautiful day in North Arkansas. The last day of March. Can't believe it. March is gone. Look at this boat. Captain Mike cleaned this thing up, and it looks like a brand new boat. We'll change that here in about 1 hour. We'll get all this magnet residue everywhere, I guarantee you. All right, we're going to pull up some big items out of the river today. Oh, Pops is grunting back there.
What is that? He got a root wad.
He got a root wad.
Pick it up. It's hooked on it.
Looky there. Just wrapped around it. That's one of the dangers. When you're on the bottom of the river dragging like that, you never know what you're going to hook. All right. At least we get off that. Woo! We got something heavy.
Oh, that's heavy.
What you got, Pops?
I don't know.
Listen to him grunting.
Oh, wait. That is so heavy. Part of a boat, I guess.
Let's get down here and see what we got. Well, all right, I think I can get this off. Ready? Hold on here. Let me wrap my old hand around it.
Try to catch it when it comes loose.
Ready?
So
There you go.
look at the rocks that stick
Look
to
at that. Look at that thing. Look at that rock.
Does it stick to the magnet too?
Well, just pulled this out of the river. Wow. All right. Got a residue going. Pulled that old trot line out of the river a few minutes ago. Look at that. Glad to have that thing out of the river. Neat rock, isn't it? That's a neat rock. All right. Woo. Thanks for watching, guys. Hey, you can click the link in our profile. There's some neat magnet men stuff there. Check it out.
I got something.
All right, Pops is on something again.
It's not very heavy.
Back here. Kind of neat.
No idea what it is.
There's where it was attached to the bottom.
See that?
I think I can pop that off there. All right. We pulled up a piece of barbed wire with it. All right, there's what we just pulled out of the river. I have no... Woo! See Pops sling that magnet? Pops, how do you sling that magnet?
Hard as I can.
Like a 30-year-old, don't you? Well, this is kind of neat, guys. This is old, isn't it, Mike? It's old. Not sure exactly what it is. And, you know, we're getting tired of asking AI because every time we ask it lies to us. These things are so old, AI doesn't even know what they are. Yeah, that thing, this. wind's blowing. Oh my goodness. Item years gone by. It sure was. God. This thing is as old or older than this country is old. That was hand forged. Look at this. Amazing. And how it's imperfect. Pops. What?
I got something.
All right.
Not very heavy, I can tell.
You know, we were talking earlier, when you're hunting the river, you have to be able to distinguish between different eras of time. Oh, looky here. Oh, barbed wire. Oh, man. Put that in residue bucket. Old hook. Look at that. Get cleaning up the river.
You want to
Careful.
put your foot on that.
All right. Okay. Old link. Old. But as I was saying, when you're hunting in the middle of the rivers in North Arkansas, you have to be able to distinguish different eras of time. Spanish and the French used to come up and down the rivers.
Back in.
Got her. There you go. It's a good spot right here. Spanish and French would come up the rivers, and then the English settlers, and then after that, a lot of steamboat activity, and then after that, there was Civil War activity, and then more modern era. So it's interesting. We're pulling up items from all different time periods, but being able to tell exactly what time period is sometimes tough. This is what we have so far. This, by far, is one of the oldest probably items we have today. This was probably made, and look at this right here, guys, how this piece was hand forged onto this piece. This item is probably before the 1800s. Extremely old. And of course, we found a mussel hook oil too. Well, thanks for watching. Let us know where you're watching from. Show us some love in the comments, and you can click the link in our profile for all kinds of Magnet Men.
Yes.
Magnet Man Pops, Magnet Man Mike, John. Whoa! Woo! A little rocky out here. Got something? Well, all right. Oh, it's getting quite a bit of residue, though, aren't we, in the residue bucket? Items that have been attached to the magnet when we brought in and piece them all to put on the platform. We'll put them in the bucket. And once again, this is what we've caught so far today. This old item here. This item, pulled it out of the middle of the river. There's where it was attached to the bottom. Old mussel hook, handmade a long time ago. This old nut here. This old link, we think this was off an old conveyor or something, maybe an old cotton gin, maybe something to do with a steamboat. And this is the neatest item we pulled out here today out of the river. This old hand-forged pickaxe. That's old. Then this long rod that's got the square nut on it. And I'm guessing this was off a covered wagon. Let us know where you're watching from in the comments, right, Pops? Yeah, we love to know where people are watching us magnet fish from, and we invite you to click the link in our profile. Takes you to some neat magnet men stuff. You can buy a hat or a phone cover or something. We get some of the proceeds, at least help us buy some gas for the boat. Nobody's going to get rich. Hey, every little bit helps. Woo, Pop hooked something here. Get back here. Right here. Okay. So, set this up here. No idea what that is. We'll figure it out in a minute though. Lay it up here. Okay. Don't have any idea about that piece. Well, so far, we don't know what we're pulling up. And let's get this piece here off. All right, and the third piece. Ooh. That may be off a piece of a stove. We'll research it. All right. Let it up here with other pieces. Get her in, Pops. Get her in. That's it. Come on. Woo.
Can y'all see what it is? It's metal. I tell you.
My goodness, we've got a plow. I'll have to come back here and help you all. It's going to take 3 of us?
Yeah.
Let me get over here.
I'll hold the magnet.
All right. Oh my goodness. Oh. Let me get this off here first.
Don't hit me. Okay.
Wow! Whoa! Oh no! How many of us does it take to unscrew a light bulb, huh? There. Got that piece off. All right, let me. Man, this piece right here. Look at that. Look at that. Woo! That's heavy. And what is that? Oh yeah, that's an old tree.
Look at that. Is that an axe head right there?
On the bank. You guys see what we're talking about? We think we might have spotted. Where's that at? Well, you look at this. This was up in the bank, about 1.5 feet, 2 feet above the water level. So a lot of times this is underwater. It was in the actual bank of the river. Captain Mike got it. He spotted it. Got it. That's amazing. The magnet didn't get that one. Captain Mike did. We're going to have to start throwing Captain Mike in the water and dragging him. He's attracting metal. Wow, that was good. We just pulled that out a minute ago. Well, let's get this. What is this piece? I'll tell you what, this thing here is a mess. That's what this is. We'll figure it out later. Woo! Wow, that's a good eye. I spotted that axe on the bank. How many people can do that? See that, Pop?
I saw half of a double bit axe.
Yeah.
I said we need to find a double bit axe.
And we did. Look at that.
Man, that's old too. Golly. That was up on the bank and washed up. Biker rode it and dropped it.
Yeah. Oh, that's old. Woo! All right, hook something again. Always a thrill bringing stuff to the surface. That's an old shovel, isn't it? A plow point. That's a plow point. All right, you let it in there, I'll get it. All right, here's the plow point, or what we think is a plow point. Look at this, guys. An old knife handle. That's from the early 1800s. I know the style. The blade's gone down here. Notice the style, the raised. So look at this. Okay. Old knife handle. Whoa. Oh, now this is, I'm not sure, but this is dangerous. Woo! Look at that point.
Yeah.
Man.
Old hinge.
Old hinge, yeah.
All nails.
All right, there you go. Wow. Old items. I think that knife handle is neat, isn't it? Just let knife handle down here. Put it by the old pickaxe. Put that there. It's got a dangerous point. This goes in the residue bucket. All right. All right. Back up the river. Whoa.
What it is? Hand that off. Show that old.
Old hub. It's like a trot line weight to me. There we go. Yeah. I'd say that probably doesn't have much historical value. All right. Woo. Mixed signals.
Trot line weights.
We're getting a lot of trot line weights in this area. Well, at least we're cleaning the river up. That's the way I look at that. It's a win-win. Yeah. There you go. There you go. All right. Yeah, this is definitely just old trot line weights. See all that trot line? Getting it out of the river. Cleaning up nature. Yep. Have you got it on? All right, bring it in. Boy, we've suddenly started pulling a lot of different items out of the river. 3 items. Let me go with this one right here first. Well, there we go. You got that? My goodness. There you go. All right. I think that's a piece off a wagon. This is a piece of an old plow. Man, a lot of items we're pulling out of the river today. Look at this. See that? Woo! All right. Toss her in there. All right, this is what we do when we hang up. All right, throw her loose. Turn her loose, Pops. This is what we do when we hang up in the middle of the river. I'm going to twist the boat around like this. There you go. Mike's going to take the camera. Now we're going to make our way up to the spot where the magnet is hung up on the bottom. It's either hung up on a big. All right, Pops, you got something again. Drag it in, Pops. Drag it in. That looks like another old file, Mike. Wow. There you go. Wow. Little knife we got a while ago, knife handle. Old file. Back in the water. Let's go. All right, Pops. You want to swing her in there? Woo! All right. We are hung up in the river again, and we're going to maneuver the boat around to try to get loose, break our magnet free, or pull whatever we have to the surface. All right, go ahead. I got it. All right, Mike, I'll let you take the camera. Got it? Come on. Go. Oh!
Hold up it.
All right. Just a piece of old metal. But more importantly, we got the magnet hung from the bottom.
Another conveyor piece.
Yep, another conveyor piece. Oh. That looks like another file. That's the second file we brought out of the river today. And guys, we're in the middle of the river. So what do you suppose these files are doing in the middle of the river? If you think you know, let us know in the comments. Check out the link in our profile. A lot of good magnet men stuff there. Look what we pulled out of here today. Out of the river. An old plow. Look at all those snails. Look at here. Old pickaxe. A couple 100 years old. Got this axe in the bank. Amazing. All right. You guys ready? Let's head her upstream. Pops, what do you like the most about magnet fishing?
Well, I like being outside in the fresh air and being outside with you, friends, brothers. It's a lot of fun.
A lot of fun. I think one of the greatest things about magnet fishing is that you never know what you're going to pull up until you get it up to the surface. And it could be from 20 years ago, or it could be from 250 years ago. You just never know. And I tell you something else, you're not going to pull something out of the water unless you got the magnet in the water.
Yeah, exactly right. It didn't come with.
That's right. So that's why we try to keep the magnet in the water as much as we can. We've had a good day so far, pulling artifacts up out of the river. Let you guys see some of the things we managed to bring to the surface. 2 files. There's a file there, file over there, an old pickaxe, which is 200 plus years old mussel hook, plows, piece of a plow, and besides that, we pulled up a couple of trot lines out of the river. So we cleaned up the river. Plus, we've got some artifacts. That's just how we roll it. Look at that. Trot line, debris, tied in old brick. So we're doing our part to make the river safe, and we're bringing up old artifacts. And boy, it's windy. Woo! Now, I know I need to be looking in the water, but just happen to look up in the sky. Look at this. This plane's going in circles. Wow. Up here, around here, around. Oh well. Oh, he's still going in a circle. Oh yeah, there he goes. He's still going in a circle. Now he's straightening out now, though. He may have saw us down here magnet fishing. Had to get a better look. Think so?
Man, I've got something that's heavy.
Oh, it's heavy. All right. Let me make sure I don't fall in here. There we go. Man, that's quite possibly the biggest chain I've ever seen. I know it is, pulling out of the river. Look at this. And guys, that's old now. That is old.
There's still one of those square nails on there too. It's got both end hooks on it too.
Look at this.
Oh.
And looky there, look what came in with it. Another old mussel hook. Wow, hand forged by a blacksmith who we do not know. I'd like to hear his story though, wouldn't you?
I would.
I'd like to know the story of every one of these items. In a way, we're river detectives, and some mysteries we'll just never solve. Oh, this is neat. This is neat. You stretch it out, Mike. Let me walk up here. Look at this. Woo!
How much does that weigh?
25, 30 pounds.
Probably.
Look at the links on it.
Hey, watch that piece of wire there. It's that one.
Wow. All right. We just lay it on the floor.
Get in. Got something there?
Whoa.
Let's throw it back in.
Go ahead, Pops.
Okay, well, I need to throw it over there.
All right. We're going to spin. We're going to spin the old boat around.
Johnny, y'all go back up.
Yeah, let's head back up there and try to hook another chain.
Okay. Here we go.
All right, Pops just hooks up and again, drag her in, Pops. Look at this. Look at this. We've got 5 different mussel hooks, each one made differently. And an old belt buckle. Look at this. Look at that. Woo, what is all this stuff? Wow.
Got a spark plug.
Yeah, I'm quite sure that spark plug is not that old.
It's not from a covered wagon.
It's not from a covered wagon. Probably not from a steamboat. Probably from somebody's outboard that hit a rock and caused them to have a bad day. All right. Woo, we're in North Arkansas. In the middle of the river. It's pretty here in North Arkansas. Hey, tell us where you're watching from. Show us in the comments. Oh, looky here. Mike just got this off the magnet. Look at this. Old button. Old button. Wow. Wish I knew the story behind whose clothes that come off of. That might be Civil War here. We'll have to check that out later. Let us know in the comments where you're watching from, and check the link out in our profile. A lot of cool magnet men stuff there. All right, Pop. Get her in without getting us wet. And there. I call Pops the Nolan Ryan of magnet men.
It's not very heavy, but it's, wow. If I can get off here,
What do we got?
it's deep.
Oh, another axe head. Here's the one we pulled from the bank earlier that we spotted. And here is this one, but they're not related, I don't guess. But it is neat. Look at this. Wow. Guys, that right there is old. Man. Look at the inside. You can tell how it was forged. It's flaking off a little bit. Wow. Amazing. We're running out of room. Look at all this stuff, guys. Look at all this stuff we pulled out of the river today. Old belt buckle. And the muscle hooks. Plows. This chain was hand forged. Oh. Dad, you want to put a date on that? I'm going to say 150 years old.
I'd say it probably was.
Yeah, agreeing. Yeah. Wow.
Hang on. Nice.
Woo! What'd you say, Pops?
Not very heavy, but
Whoa.
golly,
I see a plow
plowing a horse.
and I see a horseshoe. My goodness. There we go. Another old plow. Wow. Always takes me back in time. And another old horseshoe or mule shoe. I don't know the difference. But you know what I do know? This one's old. I can tell by the way it was handmade. By the way it's been beaten. Still got a tack right here. What you see in the sun. Wow. Looky there. Oh, Pops is pulling something else in. Boy, the last 30 minutes or an hour, guys, we've just come unhinged. We have been pulling items out of here almost every minute. Out of the river, everything from muscle hooks to axe heads to heavy chains to horseshoes to breaking plows to pieces of, wow, that's a different kind of piece of metal, isn't it? It's tapered on the end, isn't it? Yeah. No. All right, Pops, here's the wind up and whoa! That ball outside. We've got about 35 minutes of film so far. Look up here on the bank, that line of muscle up here. Runs about 6, 7, 8 feet above the water line right now. We're dragging along the edge of the river right now, pulling up some amazing artifacts that have been underwater for 100+ years, some of them up to 200 or more years. Just about to run out of room in the boat, aren't we? Wow, look at all this. Oh, Pops is hung up back here. We'll see what we got here. See what he got. He's grunting.
It's a bunch of wire.
A bunch of old Wire, square nails.
Spark plug.
Another old spark plug, which we are confident has no historical significance. But once again, we're cleaning up the river. But while Pops is doing that, guys, let's let you look at these items. There's so many, I can't really identify them all individually. That old pickaxe is amazing. It's amazingly old too. And then on this side, look at all these. That chain, each link was hand forged. No plow point, that old horseshoe. Amazing. I love this. Love magnet fishing. Love history. Love mystery. Love the water. Love rivers. Pops has hooked something again. Another plow accompanied by an old Budweiser can. Oh.
There's another log dog on
Oh,
it. No,
the old Budweiser can got.
it's
Here you go. Wow, this is different. My goodness. Wow. Budweiser can got off there. I'd like to see what that looked like. Put it in the rescue bucket. Well, guys, we're getting ready to call it a day. We've been out here on the river for 5 hours and have managed to fill the boat up with artifacts, metal artifacts, and had a wonderful time. And Pops has one last item he's hooked back here. What's it going to be?
the only one we got today. Look at that.
It's another old set of log dogs. These items were used for transporting logs down the river 100+ years ago. They would use these to hold logs together as they floated them down the river to sawmills and other places. Look how old this is. This may be one of the oldest sets we've ever got. It's the way the links are all hand forged. Look at that, Mike. Wow. Look at this. All right, well, guys, thanks for watching. Let us know where you're watching from. We hope you'll watch every video. We love history, mystery, and this is Pops, Captain Mike, and John, over and out.